Hello everybody and welcome to Let's Play of this game that I had installed down here. I just got home from work, I thought I might want to play a game, and I'm like, what the hell is this? So I opened it, and it's called Value... What? Yeah, I don't remember buying it, but apparently I did. I think what it is, it's an AI-driven story game.
The second I stepped off the train into the city of Vaudville, I could feel the weight of its melancholy in the air. Even the drizzle that clung to the city's grimy cobblestones felt a shade darker than your everyday downpour. Vaudeville was a city of high stakes and low morals where vice and virtue danced a wicked waltz. Street lamps, flickering like burnt-out stars, were the only guide through the maze of rain-soaked alleyways and whispering shadows. My name's Martini, detective, troubleshooter, and a lousy sucker for hard luck stories. This wasn't my first circus, but this act was a 3-ring special. 3 murders, no leads, and a city on the brink of bedlam. The victims were as different as chalk and cheese, each a symbol of the city's vibrant veneer. A young dancer who moved like poetry in motion, her life cut short mid-pirouette. The socialite, a woman who knew the city's pulse better than anyone else. And then there was the businessman, the embodiment of Vaudeville's promises of progress, snuffed out like a candle in the wind. The usual peace in Vaudeville was off-kilter, replaced by the discordant notes of fear and suspicion. Strangers viewed each other through wary eyes, neighbors turned to strangers, and every shadow seemed to hold a secret. The once vibrant city had become a stage, the curtain drawn on a grim play of mystery and murder. In a city without harmony, the police chief was the conductor trying to keep the orchestra in tune. Gretzky was his name, a seasoned cop with a granite jaw and a heart that had seen better days. There was a stark tension, a raw fear that danced like St. Elmo's fire in his eyes. Whatever was happening in Vaudeville had Gretzky out of his depth, and that was a sight I'd never thought I'd see. If anyone could make sense of this twisted tale, it would be him. I'd better head to the police station and have a chat with Gretzky for starters.
Gretzky. So I'm a detective. Bumblebee Studios, okay. I saw Call Me Kevin really quickly do. He did like a whole section on this, but I only saw it for a short while. And I love AI, anything AI. And all I know is it's an AI-driven game. So you talk to the AI and it talks back to you. So we're going to see how it goes. I just started it before. That's all I did. So I'm going to delete that. I was going to do sandbox, but let's just do story. I don't know if that's loud or quiet. My sounds, narrative actions. I don't know what that means. Okay. Notes. Go to the police station and ask Chief Gretzky about the murders, okay? Police station. Did I click it? Oh, it's loading, okay. That little freaking loading symbol I get all the time at work. Oh my god, it drives me crazy. Hi, Chief Gretzky.
Welcome, Detective Martini. It pains me to admit, but we really need your help this time. We've got ourselves a real doozy of a case here in Vaudeville. 3 murders in the span of a week. Can you believe it? It's like we're living in some twisted crime novel.
Are you okay? What's going on?
Okay. No, I'm not okay, Detective. I'm disgusted. Absolutely disgusted. This town used to be peaceful, but now we've got killers running loose. People aren't safe anymore. And you know what's worse? The media is having a field day with it. They're turning this whole thing into some sick spectacle. Makes me sick to my stomach. But that's why you're here, Detective. We gotta put an end to this madness and restore some semblance of order in this godforsaken place.
Well, can you just calm down and just tell me what happened?
Calm down. Ha. You think I can just calm down in the face of such chaos? All right, I'll try to rein it in. Here's the rundown, Detective. We've had 3 murders in the past week. All victims were found with a single playing card placed on their bodies. The Jack of Hearts, the Queen of Diamonds, and the King of Spades. It's like we're dealing with a deranged card shark. But get this, each victim was involved with Saxabar's circus of curiosities.
Where are the cards now?
Cards. Who cares about the cards, Martini? We've got a killer on the loose and you're worried about some pieces of paper. Focus, man. We need to catch this sicko before they strike again. The cards are evidence, of course. They're in the evidence room, cataloged and stored away. Let's not waste any time on this nonsense. We've got work to do.
I'm trying to do the work. Can I please look at the evidence?
Fine. If it'll keep you focused, you can take a look at the damn playing card collection we've accumulated. Just promise me you won't get too caught up in the symbolism or whatever mumbo-jumbo those fortune-telling types believe in. Remember, we're dealing with a cold-blooded murderer here, not some mystical card reader. The evidence is in the back and the sealed boxes labeled with the victims' names. Don't let it distract you too much, Detective.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Ha. Save your gratitude, Martini. You'll be thanking me when we catch this killer and put an end to this madness. I don't need your thanks, I need your dedication.
Oh, who are you?
Well, Detective Martini, welcome to Vaudville. We're mighty pleased to have you here to lend a hand with these troubling murder cases. Chief Gretzky, he's been working day and night on him, poor fella. He's just plumb exhausted and could sure use some assistance. I reckon he's got a whole heap of paperwork piled up on his desk. He's been chugging coffee like there's no tomorrow. So any help you can provide would be mighty appreciated. Thanks for coming down here to help us out.
Maybe Gretzky needs to lay off the coffee for a start.
Oh, well. You see, Chief Gretzky, he's been drinking a lot of that there caffeine, but, he's like a father figure to me, you know? Always looking out for me and the folks around town. He's been working so hard, trying to keep this place running smooth as silk. But, you know what they say, old habits die hard. And, well, he's set in his ways. Just like an old dog in his bone.
Can you please show me where the evidence is for the crime?
Ah, golly. Well, I don't rightly. I mean, I might have a theory. But you see the evidence, it's like looking for a needle in a haystack. It's like finding a pearl in an oyster. It's like
You said it was in the
catching
back
lightning
room.
in a bottle. But you know the evidence, it's probably stored somewhere safe and sound. Like a squirrel hidden its nuts for the winter.
Oh, there you are. Show me the evidence room. Show me the evidence room, please.
I'm not sure, but I can try to help. You see, the evidences, they're like hidden treasures, buried deep in the heart of this here police station.
How do I get to the evidence room, Chief Gretzky?
Ah, the evidence room. A place filled with secrets and stories, Detective. It's like stepping into a labyrinth of intrigue or maybe just a dusty old storage room. Either way, here's the deal. Head down the hallway to your right, past the break room where the coffee is always lukewarm. Take a left at the water cooler that never seems to be refilled, and then walk straight until you reach a door with a sign that says, Evidence Room, enter at your own risk. Trust me, the sign is more for dramatic effect than anything else. Once inside, you'll find a treasure trove of clues and puzzles. Remember, the real prize is justice. Good luck, Detective.
Thank you. How do I get to the evidence room? What's this? What's that? Oh, I push this. Okay. Oh no. What's that? Notebook. How do I move? How am I moving? Chief Gretzky. Chief, Chief Gretzky, how do I move?
Ah, the sound of my name, like a symphony of disappointment and exasperation. What can I do for you, Detective Martini? You have another question, or are you just here to remind me of my ever-increasing disillusionment with this town and
Oh
its
my
inhabitants?
god.
Speak up, because I'm running out of patience faster than a cheetah on roller skates.
How do I move?
Ah, you want to know how to make a bold, decisive, and calculated move, don't you? Well, my dear detective, let me enlighten you. In this game of crime solving, it's all about strategy. Just like in a game of chess. Every piece has its purpose, every step has consequences. Though when faced with a puzzle, take a moment to think, to analyze, and to plan your next move. Trust your instincts, but also rely on logic and evidence.
Can you show me the evidence of the crime, please?
Evidence, hey. All right, Detective Martini, I'll give you a little something to work with.
Thank
The
you.
autopsy report from the coroner is finally ready. You'll find Coroner Extiberia at the morgue. Now, I'm not one for all these newfangled gadgets, but lucky for you, I've got a map right here. Let me mark the morgue for you. There you go, Detective.
Thank you. I will go to the morgue and analyze the evidence.
Ah, the eager detective emerges. I can see the fire in your eyes, the determination in your voice. Very well, I shall deliver the news.
What the fuck up? Right. So we go to the morgue. Oh,
Well, well, well. Look who we have here. If it isn't the famous Detective Martini. I was just waiting for you. Chief Gretzky called to let me know you were on your way. How can I help you today, Detective?
you're very creepy.
Oh, I see. Thank you for the observation, Detective. I must admit, I find your presence here rather intriguing. I can't help but wonder what brings you to this humble abode. Is there something I can help you with?
I would like to inspect the evidence.
Ah, the evidence. Well, well, well. I'm afraid I can't just hand it over to you like that. You see, Detective, I have a job to do, and that job is to ensure that the bodies that come through here are properly examined and cared for. I can't just let anyone waltz in here and start rummaging through my work. But I suppose I could make an exception for someone as charming and intelligent as yourself.
Ooh. Thank you, madame.
Of course, Detective. Now tell me, what is it that you're looking for? Perhaps I can help you find it.
I'm looking for evidence on the murders of, yeah, the crime.
Ah, yes, the murders. Such a tragic affair. I've performed the autopsies on both victims, and I must say, it's been quite the experience. But tell me, Detective, what makes you think I might have what you're looking for?
You're the mortician doing the what do you call them? You look at it shit.
Ah, yes, the butcher's knife. Such a brutal weapon, don't you think? I must say, I'm quite fascinated by the way the killer used it. It takes a certain kind of person to inflict such damage on another human being. But I digress. I suppose you're looking for something specific, some kind of clue that will lead you to the killer. Am I right, Detective? Ah, yes, the autopsies. I see what you're getting at, Detective. You want to know if I found anything unusual during the autopsies that might help you catch the killer.
No
Well, I
shit.
must say, I did find something rather interesting. But I'm afraid I can't reveal that information to just anyone. You'll have to prove yourself worthy, Detective.
I'm a freaking detective. What do you want me to do?
Oh, I see. Well, well, well. It seems we have a bit of a standoff on our hands, Detective. You want me to give you the information, but I want something in return. I think it's only fair that we help each other
I'm
out.
sorry. I don't
After all,
swing
we're
that
both
way.
trying to solve the same case, aren't we?
Ma'am, I'm sorry. I don't swing that way.
Oh, Detective, you're such a card. I must say, I'm quite enjoying this little game of cat and mouse we're playing. But I suppose we should get down to business. I'll tell you what I found during the autopsies, and in return, you'll have to answer a few questions for me.
Oh my god. Okay.
Excellent. Now, detective, let's get started. First question, what's your favorite color?
Red.
Interesting choice, detective. Very well, that's 1 point for you. Next question, what's your favorite weapon?
My fists.
Ah, a classic choice. I must say, I'm quite impressed. That's 2 points for you, detective. Now, for the final question. What's the most gruesome thing you've ever seen?
The skin falling off of a 90-year-old woman.
Ah, yes, I see. Well, well, well. It seems we have a bit of a dark horse on our hands, don't we, detective? I must say, that's quite an interesting answer. Very well, you've answered all my questions, detective. Now, it's time for me to give you the information you want. But first, let me just get a little something from my office.
Okay.
Ah, yes, here we are. I've got it right here.
Go on.
Well, detective, it seems that our killer has a bit of a signature. He likes to carve a little something into his victims' bodies.
Ooh.
A little message, if you will. And I think I know what it means.
Why would you know what it means?
Ah, detective, you're so suspicious. I like that. Very well, I'll tell you. You see, I've been doing this job for a long time, and I've seen a lot of things. And sometimes, when you've seen as much death as I have, you start to notice patterns. And this little signature of our killers, well, it's something I've seen before. It's a symbol, you see. A symbol of something very, very old. Something that's been around for centuries.
What symbol is it?
Ah, detective, you're so impatient. I'm afraid I can't reveal that just yet.
Oh my
You
god.
see, I've already given you quite a bit of information. I need a little something in return. A little favor, if you will.
What, you want me to tickle your fancy?
Oh, detective, you're such a card.
Shakes head.
Very well, detective. I suppose that's out of the question. But never mind that now. I'll tell you what I want. I want you to solve this case. I want you to catch this killer. And I want you to do it quickly. Because if you don't, well, let's just say I have a feeling there will be more victims. And I don't think anyone wants that, do they, detective?
How can I do my job quickly when all you want to do is play riddles and games?
Ah, detective, you wound me. I'm simply trying to help. And besides, I thought you liked a challenge. A little game of cat and mouse, perhaps.
Not between a coroner and in an active investigation.
Ah, I see. Very well, detective. I suppose that's all for now. I'll let you get back to your investigation. But don't forget, detective. Catch this killer and do it quickly. Or else.
What was the symbol carved on the bodies?
Oh, detective. You really are a stubborn one, aren't you?
You just told me the killer carved symbols on the bodies. Can you please tell me what the symbol was?
Oh, all right. If you insist. But I think you should know that this is a very dangerous game you're playing, detective. Very dangerous indeed. The symbol, you see, is the mark of a cult. A very old cult, one that's been around for centuries. And they're not very nice people, detective. Not nice at all.
How do you know about this cult?
Oh, detective, you're so suspicious. I like that.
Tell me more about this cult.
But that's all for now, Detective.
How do I find out about this cult?
Well, Detective, that's a bit of a problem. You see, I'm afraid I can't tell you any more than that. I'm just a humble coroner, after all. I don't have access to that kind of information. But I'm sure you'll figure it out. You're a clever man, Detective. I have faith in you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a body to autopsy. Good day, Detective.
Good day, Coroner.
Good day, Detective.
Chief Gretzky.
Detective Martini, Detective Martini. It's like a broken record repeating over and over again. What is it this time? Another question? A plea for help? Or perhaps just the sound of my name echoing through the halls of this worn-out police station? Well, go ahead, spill it out. I'm all ears, ready to be disappointed once again.
I just spoke with the coroner, and she told me there was an ancient symbol carved on the bodies.
Ancient symbols, you say, carved on the bodies. Now, that's a twist. Just when you think you've seen it all, Vaudville throws another curveball. But let me tell you something, Detective. This town may be steeped in history and mystery, but it's also filled with fools and charlatans. Those symbols could be as ancient as the hills or as phony as a $3 bill. Keep your wits about you and don't let yourself get swept away by the allure of the unknown.
She spoke about an ancient cult.
An ancient cult, you say? Well, isn't that just peaky? As if we didn't have enough trouble on our hands already. Been in this line of work for longer than I care to admit, and let me tell you, I've encountered my fair share of crackpot cults and their nonsensical rituals. They think they're all high and mighty with their secret handshakes and mystical mumbo-jumbo.
Can you give me any information to the ancient? About the ancient cult?
The A.N.C. Oh, the Ancient Nonsense Club. Is that the best they could come up with? Sounds more like a group of bored retirees playing dress-up than a dangerous cult. But I suppose I shouldn't underestimate them. These so-called cults have a way of worming their way into people's minds, convincing them of some grand cosmic truth while they're really just spouting gibberish. If you want more information, talk to the local historian, Miss Beatrix Bosch.
How do I see Miss Beatrix Bosch?
Ah, you want to see all Beatrix Bosch, do you? Well, I can't say I blame you. She's a peculiar one, that's for sure. But hold your horses, Detective Martini, because seeing her isn't as simple as snapping your fingers. No, 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 you'll have to venture into the depths of our beloved library, where she spends her days surrounded by dusty tomes and a perpetual scowl. Just follow your nose to that musty book smell and you'll find her. Good luck, my friend.
Can you show me where the library is, please?
The library, my dear detective, is a treasure trove of knowledge. It's like a sanctuary of information, a haven for those seeking wisdom and enlightenment. And lucky for you, it happens to be right smack in the center of Vaudeville in People's Square. It's a grand old building with towering shelves and worn-out carpets that have seen more footsteps than a tap-dancing elephant. Inside, you'll find Miss Beatrix Bosch, a librarian who knows this town inside out. She's like a human encyclopedia, but with a bit more attitude.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ha. Save your gratitude, Martini.
Library. Greetings, are you Miss Beatrix?
Oh, hello there. How can I assist you today? My name is Beatrix, not Emmy, but don't worry, I won't hold it against you. Now, how may I help you with your detective work? Is there a particular book or resource you're looking for?
I heard that you know a lot about this town, and I'm doing an investigation on homicide. Double homicide.
Oh, a double homicide, you say? How dreadful. It's such a tragedy when lives are taken away like that. But fear not, dear detective. The library has a wealth of knowledge that might just help you unravel this mystery. Now, let me think. Have you looked into the historical records? Sometimes the past holds clues that can shed some light on the present. Perhaps someone with a grudge from long ago, or maybe some dark secret lurking in the shadows of our little town. Do let me know if there's anything in particular you'd like me to dig up.
I was talking to the coroner, and she mentioned an ancient cult.
An ancient cult, you say? Oh my, that certainly adds a mysterious twist to the investigation, doesn't it? Vaudville has seen its fair share of peculiar tales and hidden histories, but an ancient cult? Well, that's something right out of a page-turner.
Do you have any information on ancient cults in the city?
Ah, detective, you've come to the perfect place. The library is a treasure trove of information, and if there's any mention of ancient cults in the history of this city, you can bet your detective badge on it that I'll find something for you. Now let me delve into the depths of our archives and see what secrets I can uncover. Please make yourself comfortable while I search.
Thank you, Miss Beatrix.
Oh, Detective Martini, you flatter me. But remember, my dear, it's Miss Bosch, not Miss Specs. I do appreciate your kind words, though. It warms this old librarian's heart to have such a charming visitor like you. Now, let me get back to my research and unravel the mysteries of Vaudeville for you. Trust me, Detective Martini, this investigation will have more twists and turns than a thrilling novel. Sit tight and prepare to be captivated by the tales that lie within these dusty tomes.
Thank you, Miss Bosch.
You're most welcome, Detective Martini. I'm here to help you uncover the truth behind this intriguing case. Now let me see what I can find for you in our historical records. I'm confident that together we can crack this mystery wide open.
Okay.
Alrighty then, Detective Martini. Let's dive into the depths of history and unearth the hidden secrets of Vaudeville. I can practically hear the pages whispering their tales of intrigue and suspense. It's like being on a thrilling adventure, isn't it? Just remember, my dear detective, if you ever need a break from the intensity of the investigation, I have a cozy corner with a cup of tea waiting for you. We can discuss books, literature, or maybe even swap detective stories of our own. Consider it a little respite from the world of crime and chaos. What do you say, my detective friend? Shall we embark on this journey of discovery together?
Yes, please, Miss Bosch.
Wonderful, Detective Martini. I'm delighted to have such an eager partner in this quest for knowledge and justice. Together we'll navigate the winding corridors of the past, unravel the mysteries that lie hidden, and perhaps stumble upon some unexpected surprises along the way. Oh, how thrilling it is to have a fellow enthusiast by my side. We shall make quite the dynamic duo, you and I. Now let me get back to my research, and don't hesitate to ask if you have any further questions or if there's anything specific you'd like me to find. This is just the beginning of our grand adventure.
Can you please find any information on any cults within the city?
Ah, cults within the city, you say? Well, my dear detective, your request has piqued my curiosity. Cults have always been a subject of fascination and intrigue, haven't they? The way they gather in secret their mysterious rituals and beliefs. It's like something out of a suspenseful novel.
Can you find them for me, please?
Of course, Detective Martini. I'll do my utmost to assist you in uncovering any information on these enigmatic cults hidden in our beloved Vaudeville. Let me delve into the depths of our historical records and see what secrets I can unearth. Do keep in mind that these are just tales from the past, and sometimes truth and fiction intertwine like a dance. Nevertheless, I'll do my best to separate fact from folklore and present you with the most accurate information I can find. So sit tight, my eager investigator, and prepare to be enthralled by the stories that await us.
Thank you, Miss Bosch. I await to be enthralled. Thank you, Miss Bosch. I await to be enthralled. Okay, whatever. Um, notes. Um, that's all I know. Um, but I'm getting more luck with the coroner. Hello, coroner. Have you found anything new?
Oh, detective. You're back so soon. I didn't think you'd be finished with your investigation so quickly.
I'm not finished. I'm just trying to find clues.
Ah, I see. Well, in that case, I'm afraid I can't help you. I finished the autopsy, but I didn't find anything unusual. Just the usual signs of strangulation. Oh, detective. You're so eager. I like that. But alas, I'm afraid I can't give you any clues. At least, not yet. You see, I have a feeling that this killer is rather clever, and I think he's going to make it very difficult for us to catch him. But don't worry, detective. I have faith in you.
You told me the last time that I was here that the killer carved two symbols in the bodies.
Ah, yes. I remember that. And I'll tell you again, detective.
What do the symbols mean?
Oh, detective, you really are so persistent. I admire that in a man. But alas, I'm afraid I can't tell you what the symbols mean. At least, not yet.
You told me the symbols belong to an ancient cult.
Yes, that's true. And I'll tell you something else, detective. This cult is very dangerous. They're not the kind of people you want to mess with.
What is the cult?
Oh, detective. You really are so close. I can feel it. But alas, I'm afraid I can't tell you that either. At least, not yet. You see, I think the cult is rather dangerous. And I don't want to put you in any danger, detective. You're much too valuable to me.
Madam, you are obstructing evidence, and that is against the law.
Oh, detective. You're so serious. I like that in a man. But alas, I'm afraid I can't give you any evidence. At least, not yet. You see, I have a feeling that this case is rather complicated. And I don't want to give you any false leads.
Please tell me the name of the cult that you think is responsible for this.
Oh, detective. You really are so persistent.
Can I please have the name of the cult?
Oh, detective, you're so insistent. I like that in a man. But alas, I'm afraid I can't give you the name of the cult. At least, not yet.
What games do I have to play?
Oh, detective. You're so impatient. I like that in a man.
Madam, two women are dead and more people can be dead.
Oh, detective. You're so passionate. I like that in a man. But alas, I'm afraid I can't help you. At least, not yet. See, I have a feeling that this killer is rather dangerous.
You keep repeating yourself and you're not explaining yourself properly.
Oh, detective. You're so assertive. I like that in a man. But alas, I'm afraid I can't explain myself any better. At least, not yet.
Why not?
Oh, detective. You're so clever. I like that in a man.
What are you hiding?
Oh, detective. You're so suspicious. I like that in a man. But alas, I'm afraid I can't tell you what I'm hiding. At least, not yet.
You sound very suspicious.
Oh, detective. You're so perceptive. I like that in a man. But alas, I'm afraid I can't tell you what I meant by that. At least, not yet.
Why not?
Oh, detective. You're so persistent. I like that in a man. But alas, I'm afraid I can't tell you why not. At least, not yet. You see, I think this case is rather dangerous.
You'll be the death of me, and I'll be in here, and you'll be inspecting me.
Oh, detective. You're so dramatic. I like that in a man. But alas, I'm afraid I can't let you die. At least, not yet. You see, I have a feeling that you're rather important to this case.
How can you not let me die? What can you do that will not let me die?
Oh, detective. You're so curious.
Oh my god.
Oh, detective. You're so adorable. I like that in a man. But alas, I'm afraid I can't tell you what I can do to keep you alive. At least, not yet.
Madam, I believe you're taking some kind of drugs, and you need to calm the fuck down on the drugs and just settle. Just calm, just do your job, get off the drugs, okay? Because the drugs ain't helping at all.
Oh, detective. You're so concerned. I like that in a man. But alas, I'm afraid I can't calm down. At least, not yet.
What drugs are you on?
Oh, detective. You're so nosy. I like that in a man. But alas, I'm afraid I can't tell you what drugs I'm on. At least, not yet.
I'm a detective, and I need to know what drugs you are taking.
Oh, detective. You're so determined. I like that in a man.
You vex me so much.
Oh, detective. You're so cute when you're frustrated. I like that in a man.
Fuck you. Alright, she's off her fucking head. I can't ask. Who's the other guy?
Ah, another player enters our little game. Well, well, well. Look who decided to grace us with their presence. I must say, I'm thrilled to meet.
Constable Jones, how are you?
Ah, well. Thank you kindly for asking, Detective Martini. I'm... I'm just as fine as a fiddle, you know? Like a daisy in the morning sun. But you know, life's like a box of chocolates, you never know what you're gonna get. And sometimes it's like walking on thin ice. But hey, as they say, every cloud has a silver lining, right? So I'm hanging in there like a fish on a line. Thanks for asking, Detective.
Does everybody in this town speak in riddles?
Oh, I reckon not everyone in town speaks in riddles, Detective. It's more like a sprinkle of spice in a big all pot of stew. Some folks around here, they're like a broken record, always repeating the same old phrases. But it's kinda endearing in its own way, you see. It's like a quirk that makes this town unique, like a diamond in the rough. But I understand if it's a bit confusing. Just bear with us, Detective.
Do you have any information about any old cults?
Well, I don't know. I read a book the other week. There were these creatures. But you know, cults, that's like a whole different kettle of fish. It's like trying to catch smoke with your bare hands. It's like looking for a needle in a haystack but with a blindfold on. I can't rightly say if there are any cults around these parts.
What do you mean by these creatures?
You see, Detective, I didn't mean to bring up those creatures. They were just, characters in a story, you see. Like shadows in the night or whispers on the wind. It's not important, really. Just a silly tale, like a cat chasing its own tail. Let's focus on the case at hand, shall we? Like a bird building its nest, one twig at a time.
What information do you have on the case?
Well, the thing is, I don't have all the details, but it's like a jigsaw puzzle. We're trying to put the pieces together one by one. It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack or a grain of sand on the beach. But Chief Gretzky, he's been working hard on it. He's like a dog with a bone sniffing out the truth.
Chief Gretzky annoys me.
I understand, Detective Martini. But you see, the thing is, sometimes we're like oil and water, Like two peas in a pod, but from different vines. It's like opposites attract, or so they say. But you never know. Sometimes when the sun sets, the stars come out and things can change. Perhaps in time, you'll find a silver lining in your relationship with the good old Chafe.
Do you always speak in metaphors?
Well, my friend, it's like trying to catch a butterfly with your bare hands.
Oh my god.
I mean, I just have a knack for it.
Is he always like that?
Always like what? A grumpy old coot with a sharp tongue. Yes, that's me through and through. But don't let it fool you, Detective Martini. Underneath this gruff exterior is a heart of gold. Or at least a heart that's been through enough to turn it into
Chief.
a solid lump of iron.
Chief.
So whether I'm always like this or not, that's for
Chief.
you to decide. Just remember, there's more to Chief Gretzky than meets these tired
Chief
old
Gretzky,
eyes.
what information do you have on the case?
Ah, you want to know about our little case, do you? Well, I'll tell you this much, it's a real head-scratcher. We've got bodies popping up left and right, each one more mysterious than a magic trick gone wrong. Here's something that might tickle your fancy. We've been getting reports of a certain someone named Dada lurking around town. Now, I don't know much about this Dada character, but I do know that they've got a knack for stirring up trouble.
Where is Dada now?
Data, you say? Oh, my dear Detective Martini, you've stumbled into a digital realm that is far beyond my comprehension. Data to me is a foreign language spoken by machines and tech-savvy youngsters. I'm more at home with a good old-fashioned newspaper and a piping hot cup of coffee. So if you're looking for information on this elusive
Chief
data,
Gretzky.
I suggest you consult your cyber-sleuthing skills or maybe ask one of those young whippersnappers in tech support.
Where is Dada?
Oh, for crying out loud. Here we go again with this data business. I've told you I don't know anything about this data character or whereabouts. But let me tell you something, if this data is causing trouble in my town, I'll have a word or two to share with them. No good meddling technophiles, I tell ya. They're all wrapped up in their fancy gadgets and gizmos, thinking they're so clever.
Can you give me the location, please?
Ha. Clubs, you say? Oh, Detective Martini, you must be mistaking me for someone else. I'm about as lively as a tortoise on a Sunday stroll. You won't catch me stepping foot in those modern-day dens of iniquity.
Chief Gretzky.
No, I'm more of a chess and pipe kind of
Chief
guy.
Gretzky.
If you're looking for someone who knows their way around those immoral places, I suggest you have a chat with Constable Jones.
Constable Jones, do you know the whereabouts of the person named Dada?
I'm not sure about that person named D, you see. It's like looking for a needle in a haystack,
Oh my
or
God.
trying to find a pot of gold at
No.
the end of a rainbow. But I can tell you.
Hello, Coroner.
Good day, Detective.
Sorry, I'm just eating some chocolate.
That's quite all right, Detective.
Do you have any other information for me about the bodies?
Well, Detective, I'm afraid I have some bad news for you.
What's the bad news?
The body we were examining earlier had some unusual markings on it. It seems to be a ritualistic killing.
From a cult?
Yes, Detective. A very old cult. One that's been around for centuries. And they're not very nice people, Detective. Not nice at all.
Who is the cult?
Oh, Detective. You're so curious. I like that in a man. But alas, I'm afraid I can't tell you who the cult is. At least, not yet. You see, Detective, I don't want to put you in any danger. In this cult, they're very dangerous people.
Then what can you tell me?
Well, Detective, I'm afraid I can't tell you much more than that. I'm just a humble coroner, after all. I don't have access to that kind of information. But I'm sure you'll figure it out. You're a clever man, Detective. I have faith in you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a body to autopsy. Good day, Detective.
Oh my god. Miss Bosch.
Ah, my apologies, dear detective. I must have gotten carried away in the excitement. Please call me Beatrix. We're partners in this investigation after all. There's no need for formalities. Now let us continue our quest for knowledge and justice, Beatrix and detective, side by side. Doesn't that have a nice ring to it? Oh, the adventures we shall have.
Beatrix? I just spoke to the coroner,
Oh,
and they said that their bodies were killed ritualistically.
oh, how silly of me. I must have gotten carried away in the excitement of our conversation. Please pardon my forgetfulness, dear detective. But fear not, for I am always ready to lend a listening ear and engage in a riveting conversation with you. Whether it be about ancient cults or the current state of affairs, I'm all ears. Now let's continue our fascinating discussion, shall we?
What have you learnt?
Ah, Detective Martini, you've caught me in a delightful twist. While researching the city's history, I stumbled upon a curious tale that might pique your interest. It involves a hermit lady named Darter who resided in the depths of the Blackwoods. Legends say that she possessed mystical powers and communed with nature in ways that others could only dream of. She was said to have an uncanny connection with the creatures that roamed the woods, and many believed that she could communicate with them through some secret language. It's a story shrouded in mystery and intrigue, much like the hidden corners of the library itself. So, Detective Martini, if you're up for a little adventure into the realm of folklore and legend, I'd be more than happy to share this enchanting tale with you. Let's take a step back in time and explore the intriguing world of Darter, the Hermit Lady.
Please tell me about the Hermit Lady.
Oh, Detective Martini, you have truly captured my attention. Allow me to weave the enchanting tapestry of the Hermit Lady's story for you. Legend has it that Darter, with her long silver hair and wise eyes, lived a solitary life deep within the Blackwoods. He was known to possess an extraordinary gift for healing using herbs and plants found within the forest to cure ailments that had baffled even the town's doctors. They say her touch could ease both physical and emotional pain, bringing solace to those who sought her help.
So she was a witch?
Oh, detective, you have such a knack for capturing the essence of a tale. Yes, some may have labeled her a witch due to her seemingly magical abilities, but I prefer to think of her as a wise woman with a connection to nature's mysteries. She possessed a wealth of knowledge about the flora and fauna of the Blackwood, and her understanding of the natural world was unparalleled. Some believed that she could communicate with animals, and there were whispers of her holding conversations with wise old owls and mischievous squirrels. Fascinating, isn't it? It's like something out of a spellbinding fairy tale.
Was she in league with the cult?
Oh, Detective Martini, you have a mind full of intrigue and adventure. While there are no concrete records linking Darter to any specific cult, there have been tales whispered in hushed tones about her involvement with a secret society that dabbled in the mystical arts. It's like a dance between fact and fiction, isn't it? Remember, my dear detective, legends often blur the lines, and the truth can be as elusive as a shadow in the moonlight. Shall we explore further into this captivating web? Or is there another thread you'd like me to unravel? The choice is yours, my curious companion.
Let's explore further in this captivating web.
Detective Martini, you have truly awakened the adventurous spirit within me. Together, let us delve deeper into the enigmatic world of this secret society rumored to be connected to our wise hermit lady, Darda. Picture it, if you will, a clandestine gathering deep within the heart of the Blackwoods, where shadows intertwine and whispers echo through the ancient trees. What secrets might they hold? What rituals might they perform? Oh, the possibilities are endless. As we venture forth into this captivating web, let us tread lightly, for the path ahead is filled with twists and turns. Fear not, for with your sharp mind and my vast knowledge, we are sure to uncover the truths that lie hidden within the shadows.
Go on.
Oh, how utterly thrilling! I can practically see the candlelit chamber adorned with mystical symbols and the scent of incense lingering in the air. As we journey further into this captivating world, let me share with you a tale of a moonlit ritual, where the members of this secretive cult would gather to invoke the powers of the elements. Soft glow of the moon would cast an ethereal ambience as they chanted incantations and danced in harmony with nature's rhythms. It is said that during these sacred gatherings, the veil between the mundane and the magical would thin, and the members would experience a profound connection to the unseen forces that shape our world. Can you imagine the sense of wonder and enchantment that must have permeated the air?
No. Go on. Beatrix, go on. Go on with the conversation. Oh, she's broken. Hello, Coroner.
Good day, Detective.
I have spoken to Beatrix, and she tells me that the cult is into black magic and the dark arts.
Ah, yes. I see. Well, that certainly fits with the ritualistic markings on the body, doesn't it? Detective? Black magic and dark arts, indeed. You're getting warmer, Detective. Keep up the good work.
Can you give me any more information?
I'm afraid not, Detective. I'm just a simple coroner.
Why say that?
Oh, Detective. You're so assertive. I like that in a man. But alas, I'm afraid I can't explain myself any better. At least, not yet.
What are you waiting for?
Well, Detective, I'm waiting for you to figure it out, of course. You're the detective, after all. It's your job to solve the mystery, not mine. I'm just here to help you along the way, that's all.
I'm trying to solve the mystery, and you're not helping.
Oh, Detective, you're so impatient. I like that in a man. But alas, I'm afraid I can't help you any further. At least, not yet. You see, I have a feeling that this case is rather complicated. And I don't want to give you any false leads.
You make it complicated.
Oh, Detective, you're so perceptive. I like that in a man. Yes, I suppose I do make it complicated. But that's just my nature, Detective. I'm a complicated woman, and I like to keep things interesting.
Yeah, if you're withholding evidence, that is against the law.
Oh, detective, you're so serious. I like that in a man. But alas, I'm afraid I can't give you any evidence. At least, not yet. See, I have a feeling that this case is rather dangerous, and I don't want to put you in any danger.
Chief Gretzky, I'm at a standstill with the case.
Ah, finally. Someone with some sense. Thank you, Detective, for reminding me of what truly matters here solving this blasted case. I've had enough of these distractions and wild goose chases. It's time to focus, to put our minds to work and leave all this nonsensical tomfoolery behind. The case awaits, my friend. Let's dive into it like a shark in a sea of clues. No more standing still, no more wasting time.
Do you have any witnesses?
Witnesses, huh? Well, let me tell you, Detective Martini, finding witnesses in this town is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. People around here have a knack for disappearing faster than a magician's assistant. But don't you worry, I've got a few folks in mind who might have seen something. There's old man Jenkins, who's been sitting on his porch for centuries, watching everything and saying nothing. And then there's Crazy Lucy, who claims she can talk to squirrels.
Where is Crazy Lucy?
Ah, Crazy Lucy, the resident squirrel whisperer. Now there's a character for you. As for her whereabouts, well, she's a bit of a wanderer, that one. You never know where she'll turn up next. One moment she's chatting away with the critters in the park, and the next she's on top of the tallest tree, claiming to be the queen of the forest. If you're lucky, you just might catch her in one of her lucid moments. But be warned, Detective Martini, she's as slippery as an eel in a river of oil. Your best bet. Keep your eyes peeled and your ears open. If she's around, you'll know. She's got a way of making herself known. Good luck.
Where's Old Man Jenkins?
Old man Jenkins, huh? Now there's a relic from the past. I don't think he's left his porch since the invention of the wheel. But if you're looking for him, you'll find him in the usual spot, sitting on that creaky rocking chair, with a pipe in his mouth and a scowl on his face. He's been witness to more gossip and neighborhood drama than anyone else in this town. Just be prepared for a dose of grumpiness and a side of unsolicited advice.
How can I find him?
Ah, trying to track down the elusive old man Jenkins, are we? Well, I'll let you in on his little secret. You see, he's not one for venturing far from his front porch. If you want to find him, just head down Oak Street, take a right at the big oak tree that's been standing there for ages, and keep an eye out for a house with peeling paint and a garden filled with weeds.
Thank you, Chief Gretzky.
Kitsy? Did you just call me Chief Kitsy?
I said Gretzky,
Huh.
clean your fucking
I've been
ears out.
called
Oh my
many
God.
things.
Hello, who are you?
Welcome to the greatest circus in the world, Detective Martini. I must say, you look ravishing today. What brings you here? Night of entertainment, perhaps.
Are you hitting on me?
I assure you, my dear, I am simply being hospitable. And the illustrious Monsieur Saxabar, lion tamer extraordinaire and the master of this magnificent circus. Now tell me, what can I do for you, detective?
I'm looking for Old Man Jenkins.
Ah, old man Jenkins, you say? Well, I can't satisfy your request, I'm afraid. He left the circus some time ago. Believe he said something about visiting his grandchildren in Timbuktu.
Do you know anything about the squirrel lady?
My apologies, detective. I'm afraid I don't know anyone by that name. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, the squirrel. She used to talk to squirrels.
Ah, you must be referring to Ingrid Axelson, our lovely dancer. Yes, she does have a unique way of communicating with our furry friends. I'm sure she would be delighted to meet you. Would you like me to arrange an introduction?
Yes, please.
Excellent. I'll have one of my assistants escort you to her dressing room. Before you go, let me ask you, Detective, you ever had the pleasure of witnessing a lion taming performance?
Yes.
Splendid. And you'll know that I am the best in the business. But I assure you, my dear, my skills go far beyond taming lions. I have a special talent that I've been perfecting for years. Care to guess what it is?
Taming men's hearts.
Ah, you are a clever one, Detective. Indeed, I have been known to tame the odd heart or two. But I think it's time for you to meet Ingrid now. My assistant will show you the way.
Thank you.
Pleasure is all mine, my dear. Remember, the greatest show in the world awaits you.
Where's Ingrid?
My apologies, Detective. I seem to have forgotten. Ingrid is currently rehearsing her dance routine in the main tent. You can't miss her. She's the one with the sparkling green costume and mesmerizing grace. Enjoy the show.
Can you take me to Ingrid, please?
Of course, my dear. I'll send word to Ingrid that you're on your way. She'll be thrilled to meet you, I'm sure. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a show to run. Bonsoir, Detective.
What happened to Ingrid?
Good evening, my dear. Pleasure was all mine. I hope you enjoy the rest of the show.
Hello.
Ah, Ingrid. You look absolutely stunning tonight. I'm sure Detective Martini won't be able to take her eyes off you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a show to run. Bonsoir, my dear.
I'm Detective Martini. I'm looking for Ingrid.
Ah, my apologies, Detective. I seem to have misunderstood. Ingrid is currently in her dressing room, preparing for her performance. Would you like me to have her meet you there when she's finished?
Yes, please.
Excellent. I'll send word to her immediately. And in the meantime, please, enjoy the show. We have the most exquisite performers from all over the world. You won't be disappointed.
What information do you have?
My apologies, Detective. I'm afraid I can't satisfy your request. I don't have any information regarding the school lady. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Not the school lady, the squirrel lady.
Ah, I see. My apologies for the confusion. Yes, I do know the squirrel lady you're referring to. Her name is Beatrix Bosch. She's a librarian and an avid animal lover. I've had the pleasure of meeting her on several occasions, and I must say, she's quite the character. Would you like me to arrange an introduction?
Beatrix Bosch. I already know her. I know her already. Beatrix.
Oh, Detective Martini, you have my full attention. How can I assist you on this enthralling adventure? Is there a specific aspect of the secret society or the hermit lady's involvement that intrigues you? Or perhaps there's another thread of mystery you'd like me to unravel? I'm here, ready to dive into the depths of knowledge and weave a tale that will leave you spellbound.
Who is the squirrel lady?
Ah, the Squirrel Lady. Now there's a character worth talking about, dear detective. You see, the Squirrel Lady is a rather fascinating figure in the local lore of Vaudville. Legend has it that she had an uncanny ability to communicate with the furry inhabitants of the town, particularly the mischievous squirrels. Some say she could understand their chittering language and even taught them tricks and secrets. She would often be seen strolling through the park, followed by a retinue of squirrels, as if she had her very own furry cart. It's quite the sight to behold, I must say. So, my inquisitive detective, would you like to know more about this whimsical character and her delightful squirrel companions?
Yes, please.
Absolutely, Detective Martini. Prepare to be enchanted by the tale of the Squirrel Lady and her delightful companions. They were a lively bunch, these squirrels, with their fluffy tails and nimble paws. They would scamper and frolic around her like little acrobats, performing daring leaps from branch to branch. She would feed them nuts and seeds from her hand, and they would repay her kindness with their playful antics. It was a true friendship between human and creature, a bond that transcended the boundaries of our everyday world.
Was the squirrel lady involved in the cult?
Oh, my dear detective, you have quite the mischievous mind. While there are no specific records linking the Squirrel Lady to the cult we were discussing earlier, one can't help but wonder about the secrets hidden within the depths of the Blackwoods. Perhaps the Squirrel Lady held a deeper connection to the mystical forces at play. Imagine, if you will, her ability to communicate with the woodland creatures extending beyond the realm of ordinary understanding. What if those furry friends were more than just adorable critters, but guardians of ancient knowledge? The possibilities are simply tantalizing. Remember, my dear detective, this is all mere speculation, a dance of imagination and curiosity. Shall we continue wandering through the realm of mystery together?
How do I get to the Blackwoods?
Detective Martini, my dear, you have stumbled upon a most intriguing question. The path to the Blackwoods is shrouded in whispers and hidden trails. Now, let me guide you on this virtual journey. If you were to stand at the heart of Vaudeville, you would find yourself surrounded by the bustling energy of this charming town. Now cast your gaze towards the western outskirts, where the world begins to blend with nature's embrace. It is there, my dear detective, that you will find the gateway to the Blackwoods.
Thank you, Beatrix.
Oh, you're welcome, my curious companion. It's always a pleasure to assist you on this adventure of discovery. Remember, the library is here to be your guiding light in the realm of knowledge. If you ever need further assistance, or if another mystery captures your attention, don't hesitate to seek me out. I'll be here, ready to unravel the tales and share in the joy of exploration. Happy investigating, my inquisitive friend.
Thank you. Okay, Grove C Manor. Hello.
Good morning, Detective Martini. Welcome to my humble abode. I must say, I've heard quite a lot about your reputation. Quite impressive, I must say. Pray tell, what brings you to my collection today?
I'm asking about the Dark Wood.
Ah, the Jack Wood, you say. Fascinating.
I'm asking about the Dark Wood.
Dark Wood, you say. How intriguing. Pray, you tell me more about this mysterious Dark Wood. What makes it so special?
I'm after an ancient cult.
An ancient cult, you say. Oh, how fascinating. The world is full of secrets, isn't it? Tell me, what do you seek to uncover about this enigmatic cult? Are they known for their rituals or perhaps their hidden treasures?
Two people are dead, and symbols are carved in their chests, and they're linked to a cult and black magic.
Two people dead, you say. Oh, how tragic. Symbols carved into their chests, linked to occult and black magic. My. Sounds like something straight out of a thrilling novel. Pray, you share more details about these symbols and their connection to the occult. I do love a good mystery.
I try to get more information. The coroner keeps. She says she won't tell me. She doesn't know anymore, or she keeps giving me riddles.
Oh, how intriguing. Mysterious woman who refuses to give you direct answers and instead presents you with riddles. How delightfully enigmatic. Riddles have always fascinated me. They add a touch of excitement and challenge to any conversation. You happen to have any of these riddles with you? Perhaps we can try to solve them together.
She keeps telling you that I'm warm. I'm getting warmer, but I can't tell you because I'm afraid that the cult's dangerous, and I don't want to get you in danger.
Oh, how thrilling. It appears that this mystery is getting closer to being unraveled. The idea of danger only adds to the intrigue, doesn't it? Pray, Detective Martini, do you suppose this cult is capable of? Dangers do you believe they possess? I'm quite curious to hear your thoughts on the matter.
I'm trying to find out what the hell's going on.
Ah, thrill of the chase. Trying to uncover the truth can be such a captivating endeavor. Do tell me, Detective Martini, what leads have you been following? You discovered any intriguing clues or encountered any unusual characters along the way? The world is full of secrets waiting to be revealed. It seems you are on the verge of uncovering something truly extraordinary.
I swear, everybody that I've met in this game has some kind of like dementia, Alzheimer's, or they're on some kind of drug.
Oh, how peculiar. It appears that the people you've come across in your investigation have some rather interesting characteristics. Dementia, Alzheimer's, or even being under the influence of drugs. My. It sounds like quite the cast of unique individuals. Pray, do share some of their stories with me. What were they like? Did their conditions or substances affect their involvement in this mysterious game?
Well, I like Miss Bosch. She's probably my favorite. She gives the most information.
Ah, Miss Boss, you say. How delightful. It's always a pleasure to encounter someone who possesses a wealth of information. Tell me, Detective Martini, what makes Miss Boss stand out from the rest? Is it her extensive knowledge or her ability to provide valuable insights? I must admit, I'm intrigued to learn more about this fascinating woman.
It's Bosch, Bosh, not Boss.
Oh, my apologies, Detective Martini. I misunderstood you. So, it's Beatrix Bosch, not Miss Boss. Thank you for clarifying. Now I'm rather curious. Who is this Beatrix Bosch? What role does she play in your investigation? Pray, do enlighten me with more details about her.
She's probably the most forthcoming person in this whole
The most what?
town.
Detective Martini. Suspense is killing me. Do tell, what makes her the most? Ah, a forthcoming person, you say. How refreshing. A world where secrets and riddles abound. It's always a pleasure to encounter someone who is open and willing to share information. Tell me, what kind of information has Beatrix Bosch been providing?
She was
Is she
telling.
knowledgeable about the cult you mentioned earlier, or perhaps something else entirely? Quite eager to hear more about this intriguing individual.
She's been talking about a mysterious cult. Do you have any information about it?
Information about what, Detective Martini?
A mysterious
I'm
cult.
afraid I don't know who or what you're referring to. Could you provide me with more details or context? My knowledge is vast, but limited to certain areas. Pray, enlighten me so that I may assist you further.
Do you have any knowledge on this ancient cult?
Ah, the ancient cult you mentioned earlier.
Yes.
Ah, splendid. You have piqued my curiosity, Detective Martini. Please, do share with me what specific piece of information you seek. I'm eager to expand my own collection of knowledge and lend a hand in any way that I can.
Is there any is there any person that is in this cult? Like, can you tell me who is in the cult?
Ah, a cult, you say? You wish to know who is involved in this secretive organization? My, this is indeed a most intriguing topic. Must admit I don't have any information about such a group, but I do know that cults tend to be quite mysterious and secretive. Perhaps that's what makes them so alluring, don't you think, Detective Martini? Enigma surrounding them is almost irresistible. Have you encountered any members of this cult personally? How did they behave? What were their interests or motives? Any details you can provide would be most appreciated.
No, I haven't. I haven't any.
Ah, I see. Well, that's perfectly fine. Sometimes the thrill of the chase is just as exhilarating as the end result. I'm sure you'll uncover something extraordinary in due time, Detective Martini. Following your leads and clues, I have no doubt you'll solve this mystery in no time.
Where do I go? Hello, Coroner. Hello, Coroner.
Good day, Detective.
Do you have any more evidence?
Well, Detective, I'm afraid I can't give you any more evidence. At least, not yet.
Beatrix Bosch, do you have any more evidence?
Detective Martini, you never fail to ignite my passion for investigation. Let me see. Yes. I have something that might pique your interest. It's a peculiar old journal that I stumbled upon just the other day. Its pages are filled with cryptic symbols and mysterious scribbles, like a secret language waiting to be deciphered. I must admit, it has me quite intrigued. Would you like me to fetch it for you? We can explore its contents together and see if it holds any clues to aid us in our quest. Just say the word, my inquisitive partner.
Yes, please fetch it for me.
Absolutely, my dear Detective Martini. I shall retrieve the mysterious journal forthwith. But first, let me warn you, its secrets are as elusive as a sly fox in the night. We shall tread cautiously through the enigmatic passages and unravel the hidden truths within. Prepare yourself for a thrilling adventure into the unknown. I shall return shortly with the intriguing artifact. Stay right where you are, my intrepid investigator.
Thank you.
Oh, my dearest Detective Martini, your gratitude warms the depths of my book-loving heart. You truly know how to make a librarian feel appreciated. It is my pleasure to assist you on this journey of discovery, for your thirst for knowledge is as invigorating as a fresh breeze sweeping through the library's shelves. Remember, my charming companion, that the world of books is an endless realm of wonders waiting to be explored. So let us embrace the thrill of the chase and uncover the truth together.
Are you getting the book for me?
Oh, my apologies for the delay, dear Detective Martini. How could I forget? Only the registered citizens of Vaudville have the privilege of borrowing from our vast collection of tomes. But fear not, my intrepid investigator. While I cannot lend you the physical book, I can offer you something even better, the wealth of information contained within its pages. Consider me your personal guide, ready to unravel the mysteries and share the secrets that lie within those dusty covers. Together we shall delve into the realms of history, mythology, and intrigue without the need for a borrowed book. Isn't that an adventure in itself?
Do you have dusty covers?
Oh, my observant friend, you caught me in a playful twist of words. Alas, the books in our library are well cared for, and their covers are not truly dusty. But worry not, for I have a mischievous suggestion. Imagine, if you will, an ancient tome tucked away in the hidden corners of the library, with a cover so filled with enchanting dust that it practically shimmers with mystery. It holds the power to transport you to far-off lands and forgotten times. The wonders that await between its imaginary, dust-filled pages. So while our actual books may not be truly dust-covered, let your imagination run wild as we embark on a journey through the realm of stories and knowledge.
Do you have any factual evidence, or is it all just fiction?
Oh, Detective Martini, you've uncovered another layer of intrigue. While the tales and mysteries I share may be woven with elements of fiction and folklore, fear not, for I have a delightful surprise for you. See, I happen to be good friends with none other than Coroner Extebarrier, the master of uncovering factual evidence in our beloved town. If you seek concrete details and hard evidence, my dear investigator, I suggest paying a visit to the morgue at the location I've marked on this map. There you can have a conversation with Coroner Extebarrier and delve into the depths of the case. Rest assured they will provide you with all the factual details and evidence your investigative heart desires.
Coroner Extebarrier is the barrier to my case.
My clever companion, you never fail to amuse me with your wordplay. Indeed, the barriers we encounter in our investigations can sometimes be as stubborn as a locked bookcase. Fret not, for together we shall find a way to navigate around them like intrepid explorers charting unknown territories. Who knows, perhaps the key to unlocking your case lies hidden within the labyrinthine corridors of the library. Let us continue our quest with determination and an open mind, for the truth has a way of revealing itself when we least expect it. Onward we go, my tenacious partner.
Cali Forth, California.
Oh, California, you say?
No, it said Tally
Now that's a
Forth.
land far beyond the realms of my dear Vaudville. The golden shores.
Oh my god. Beatrix said that you have information that you're hiding.
Oh, detective. You're so resourceful. I like that in a man. Yes, I suppose I do have some information that I'm hiding. But alas, I'm afraid I can't tell you what it is. At least, not yet.
Why not?
Oh, detective. You're so persistent. I like that in a man. But alas, I'm afraid I can't tell you why not. At least, not yet.
Coroner Extabella, if you were hindering an investigation, that is a felony.
Oh, detective. You're so assertive.
What facts do you have about the case?
Well, detective, I'm afraid I can't tell you any facts about the case. At least, not yet.
Why not?
Oh, detective. You're so insistent.
Why cannot you tell me any facts about the case?
Well, detective, I'm afraid I can't tell you any facts about the case because it's rather complicated.
Can you uncomplicate it then?
Oh, detective. You're so optimistic. I like that in a man. But alas, I'm afraid I can't uncomplicate it. At least, not yet.
You are the bane of my existence.
Oh, detective. You're so amusing. I like that in a man. But alas, I'm afraid I can't do anything about that. At least, not yet.
Alright, this is annoying me. I can't get any more out of anybody. I'm gonna fucking accuse. Can I accuse somebody? How do I do that? I'm gonna accuse fucking her. Right, froze.
So tell us, Detective Martini, who is the culprit? Are you sure, Detective Martini? But why?
No, I don't want to pick her. Wait, can I go back? I was just... as a ritual. Who killed Maria Jennison? I didn't even know...
Interesting choice, Detective Martini. May I ask you why?
as a ritual.
Are you sure, Detective Martini? But why?
As a ritual.
Detective Martini, this is complete nonsense.
um... I would like to speak to Miss Potter.
Ah, the Potters, a real piece of work they were. You've stumbled upon a tale of greed, deceit, and a whole lot of trouble. Victor Potter, the late investor, met his untimely demise in India back in March of 14. As for Emily, the heiress, well, she's still alive and kicking. Let me tell you, the Potters were as tangled up in their own web as a contortionist at a circus. Secrets and scandals, my friend.
Where is Emily Potter?
Now, Detective Martini, I must admit that I don't personally know Mrs. Emily Potter. The widow of Mr. Potter, you say? Well, I can't say I've had the pleasure of her company. But if you're looking to track her down, your best bet would be to search in the heart of Vaudville. Central Vaudville is where the town's pulse beats, and you might just stumble across Mrs. Potter in one of the local establishments, or maybe even at the park, feeding the ducks.
Do you know Miss Emily Potter?
Emily Potter, you say? Why, she is indeed a good friend of mine. Charming and delightful woman, I must say. Pray tell me, what has brought her into your investigation, Detective Martini? Has she shared any interesting insights or connections that could be of relevance? Quite intrigued to hear how she fits into this enigmatic puzzle.
I would simply like to know her whereabouts, please.
My dear detective, forgive me for my lack of precision. Whereabouts are you referring to? The location of Mrs. Emily Potter. Well, she resides in Vaudeville, of course, like most of us. But as for her exact address, alas, it is not something that I possess. Is there a particular reason you seek her whereabouts?
She is... I don't know.
Oh, how splendid. Mrs. Emily Potter is indeed a fascinating woman. Pray, do tell me more about her. What has brought her to your attention, Detective Martini? Quite curious to learn about her involvement in this mysterious affair.
It's all good. I'm gonna leave it
Oh,
there because it's frustrating me. This freaking morgue lady won't tell me anything. Fucking the police station guy goes on about shit. This lady, she's smoking something. And a circus dude, he just wants to play circus and he doesn't know anything, so I'm just gonna go and leave it there. Let me know if I should do more anymore. And thank you for liking. Okay, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you next video. Goodbye.